No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today I got a Texas icon in the making. We have Hoodlum on the show. How you feeling, man?
Good. I appreciate it. For real. Appreciate you having me.
No doubt. We got the first ever interview.
Nah, for real. Especially.
I bet you think that I ain't never been to San Antonio.
Have you?
Yeah, because I stayed out in Austin for a few months of my life, and I've been to Austin. I've actually been to Austin.
That's like an hour away.
Yeah, but we used to be going out there all the time to ride, and we knew girls that lived out there and shit, so I'm at least vaguely familiar with it.
You like it?
Yeah, I mean, I ain't really been around like the trenches or whatever. I don't know where you be hanging out there, but it was nice.
Yeah, I'm from the south side. Indian Creek, exit 2.
It's a nice college town. The part that I was in.
Yeah. Oh, see, I never seen the college town.
You never been over there?
No, I'm not like that. Not like that.
Really? You just stay on your side?
The south side is more the bottom. Like the south side kind of like the bottom. Like, and then you go to the southwest, it gets rural. Like,
really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
So how would you describe it for people? Because like a lot of people understand that Austin is like this weird white liberal fucking chunk
they
of.
They all got the same like mustache.
Yeah.
They're walking around like yeah.
But if you stop at the gas station like 45 minutes outside of Austin, you're in Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas.
So describe San Antonio for the people out there.
Man, San Antonio really. Well, the south side of San Antonio, I feel like it's beautiful.
It's like a different world?
It's a different world. But it's beautiful. I love it. I love everything about it.
Right. Okay. So your upbringing in particular, though, you grew up with both parents, or?
Yeah, I got both parents.
Okay. Yeah. And did you grow up, like, what kind of house or environment?
Shit, like, more like a rural, like, it's the hood, but it's like a section. So, like, it's weird in a sense. Like, you can go, like, the southwest side, Indian Creek and everything like that. That's where we really ran around and everything. But like if you go like more like to my mom, 'cause I moved out like probably 14.
Oh really?
Yeah. So like my mom's side is just a rural like nothing but immigrants. Like it's a neighborhood you go to. It's kind of in the middle of the country and there's nothing but it's like people don't really even got floors and shit. Like it's mud on the floors and like everything. Really? But like it's rural. So that it's that side and then you got that side. Like I grew up in the creek over there. But on our side over there, on my mom's side, you ain't got street lights.
Really?
Like you ain't got street lights. You got your parents telling you every day, man, you stay out too late. Motherfuckers gonna come get you. They gonna be calling your name for the trees and shit.
Who's gonna come get you?
What's her? The owl lady? What's her?
No.
What? You know what I'm talking about, right? The owl lady? Mechusa, yeah.
Who's that?
You don't know about that?
No.
It's like a Mexican,
It's
like,
a Mexican
folks.
shit, yeah.
Oh.
That kind of gets you, like, my dad grew up in, fucking, there's a area called, like, Las Palmas on the west side. There used to be, a projects right there. He grew up right there, and he used to tell me, my grandma used to be like, hey, you stay out past 1. She gonna come get you. Like, she gonna say your name. She gonna say your name.
But aren't there a bunch of, like, Mexican folk tales like that about, like, some crazy serpent that's gonna come get you? Yes, that one.
Yeah.
We got the crying lady.
That's the big one.
Like, yeah, looking for her baby. We got all that shit.
Yeah.
And they tell you that when you're like 4 years old.
The bus and shit in San Antonio.
Oh, we got the bus in San Antonio where a bunch of kids died.
Yeah, you don't supposed to go on the train tracks and shit.
A bunch of kids died on a bus?
Yeah,
and now it's like haunted or some shit?
Yeah, they're like, what is it? They tell you go put some baby powder.
Yeah, you'll see like
put baby powder on your bumper.
They'll
push you over.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folk tales going on out there, huh?
That's crazy. We got the donkey lady. We got a, what?
What?
We got a donkey lady.
You ever been to a donkey show?
No.
Okay. But what'd the donkey lady do?
She's a donkey.
She's a donkey, or she like did something with a donkey?
Nah, I don't know. I don't really get it. Like it's called like the donkey lady bridge. And like, I don't know, you're supposed to go and you'll hear her fucking breathe and kick her legs.
What the fuck?
Swear to God.
I like that. Introduce us to your man's here.
That's my dog Sal. He be helping me with all like the business side. He don't want to help me do the orange juice. We got CBD. Like we did orange flavored CBD.
Right.
And we're making drink too. Like, but like CBD versions of drink and shit.
Okay.
Put in bottles like this. That's
nice.
Really help him run everything.
That's what's up.
My dog, he got the biggest gym in America.
Biggest gym?
Gym.
The biggest gym.
The World Gym in Texas City. We just opened.
Wow.
It's the biggest. We got a tribute to Venice Beach. We got an outside
Muscle
work area.
Beach over there. I've been by there a few times.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So we try to bring that back home because
see all these.
That's one of the first places I came to is Cali.
All these muscle heads just working out on the beach.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing to see.
I feel like they're just doing coke and going out to go work out on the beach like that.
I mean, I would not want like hundreds of tourists to watch me working out.
Yeah, they do.
But they do, I guess.
They put on shows and shit. Like they be putting on shows. They got some
That's
bigger,
crazy.
strong.
Oh, we got a Mexican Elvis. Yeah.
How's that work?
He just woke up one day and he was like, "I'm Elvis." And he got a guitar that's like made out of cardboard,
Right.
and he walk around downtown. They let him do whatever the fuck he wants.
Wow. That's lit. There's Elvis impersonators all over the world. So
They got a mural of him right next to mine. Like they got a mural of me, they got a mural of Nipsey, and they got a mural of him right in this fucking.
they got a mural of you already? I heard about
Yeah,
this.
they got a mural.
But I didn't know it was like next to Nipsey and Mexican Elvis.
Yeah.
Ain't
That's
much
lit.
out there San Antonio.
Nah, it's love.
That's
It
love.
just you gotta think about it though. We from San Antonio. Like I'm the first person here to ever even do this.
Right.
I was the first one in San Antonio to be on Pitchfork, all that. Like
That was one
It's a
thing
trip.
I started to realize when I was Googling you and looking at your shit on YouTube is I saw like a couple videos from like random ass San Antonio residents. One of them was wearing a mask, talking crazy shit about you. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, these are like people who are really upset that San Antonio has a lit rapper.
yeah, I don't know, but that's how it is. Especially like it's real crabs in a bucket. But that's anywhere you go, like anywhere you go. But especially in the part where there's not too many people. You know what I mean? But we do have people. Like
Right.
we have smart ass people.
So what was your life like as a young man? Like, you know, what did you see for yourself while you were going through elementary school and shit?
Through elementary, shit. I'm gonna be real. I went to Pew Road. It was called not Pew Road. My fucking bad. I think it was Pew Road, but no, Penn Road. My bad. It was a Catholic school. I went as pre-K, and the Catholic school. I started there. I hated it. I hated my mom. My mom. She was like, bro, it's the nun. I remember there was a nun. It would trip me the fuck out. I was like, there's a nun. But at the same time, it's in the hood. Like, I'm over here petting a dog from a broken fence and a nun yelling at me type shit. But, nah, I hated that shit. I remember they told my mom, hey, you got to come get him. Like, he's in the corner on the phone saying he hates it here. And it was just a trip. And then kindergarten and all through that, I was a real just hyper kid. I had ADHD, like, bad.
So your
like,
mom thought that she was going to save you from the underworld by throwing you in Catholic school?
Nah, it was close to her work and it was free. So she was like, hey, bro, hey, you got to go here. You got to get here at 4 in the morning and it don't start till like 7, but I'm going to leave you here.
Right.
But, yeah.
Were you always a troubled kid? Were you always getting in trouble and shit?
I was a hyper kid. So, like, it was like, I don't know. Everything. I remember trying to run from school in kindergarten. Like, I would run and they would have to come get me and shit. Or like, I remember in kindergarten, you know how they had class pets and
Right.
shit. We had a fucking, because you're in Texas, we had a random snake, like, that they just picked up and put in a cage.
Wow.
Made me sleep next to it. I fed it markers.
I fed it markers.
I swear to God.
The snake?
Yeah.
So it had a mark, like, did
I
it
would,
shit it out?
every day they'll make me sit by it. I'll pull a marker, I'll throw it in this fucking cage. And it just died.
Yeah. You ain't have no food, my boy.
It died.
At PETA. PETA has entered the chat. Holy
died.
shit.
Damn.
Kill the snake.
Kill the snake.
Pissed. Send my
Wow.
ass home.
That's crazy.
Kill the fucking snake.
Even when you said like running from the school, when I think about it, when I was in kindergarten, I was like 2-3 blocks from my house. But it never occurred to me that I could just leave.
You could just leave. Yeah, you could just leave. You could just run. Like, it was on my ass. So I remember the art teacher came and got me.
Wow.
He grabbed by my shirt.
That's badass right there. I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed.
But even as a kid, though, like, man, I started smoking weed and everything like 10 years old.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, even when, like, drink was real heavy, like, especially when we was younger, I was getting it for dirt cheap. I started sipping drink at my 5th grade summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Who put you onto it?
My older partner.
Okay.
Like, my older cousin was already getting it. And then fucking in that rural neighborhood, we call it Dogtown, but, like, we had an old lady that would just give us prescriptions, like $20, $10.
Wow.
So we was on it, like,
You still talk to her? She might still have some scripts.
She probably gone. I'm gonna be real with you. She probably gone.
Probably drank too much lean.
Rest in peace. Selling on her pills.
Recipes to her and the snake.
Selling on her pills. Shit. Selling on her fucking pill and the snake.
God damn. What was your first time smoking weed like, and what was your first time drinking lean like? Like, did it stand out to you like, wow, this is some crazy ass shit right here?
My first time smoking weed, I was like, man, I remember we used to have it was like a abandoned train type shit, like the cart. And every time we would go steal shit, we'd put it in the train. I remember we were smoking weed in that hole, and I was like, fuck, But I always wanted to get high though. When I was a kid, I remember my parents caught me fucking rolling up grass.
Damn.
I rolled grass up, try to smoke it like.
I saw somebody like smoking a bong in a movie or some shit, so I went down and I found some leaves and I stuffed them in a plastic bottle and I tried to like light the bottom of the bottle and like see what would happen if I breathed in some of the. And it's
You
like
was
it's
there.
burning plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
that shit
know
hurts.
really what I was thinking was gonna happen,
But
but
it felt good.
not.
Not his
As a
version.
kid though, what? I was smoking that grass like, yeah, like
Like, this is it.
this is it. This is why I'm here.
This is it for sure.
On purpose, but
So, but was it all good, clean fun with your older homies? Were they just like, telling you about weed and lean? They weren't like sending you on a drive-by or none?
Nah, shit. I remember like breaking into houses and shit like that. But like, nah,
Good-natured stuff.
good nature stuff.
Yeah,
Bad.
running around. So at that time, had you spent any time thinking about like what you might end up doing when you got older?
I wanted to rap.
You always wanted to rap.
My brother was rapper. He's like 40 something now, but yeah, I wanted to rap. I was like, damn, this motherfucker. Man, I was good at basketball though. For real, I got 28 points one time.
Really?
Swear to God, I was high too. 28 points.
Oh, just weed?
And I was sipping drink that whole time. The fucking Gatorade Reigns, like them shitty ass purple ones.
Wow.
Hey man, I was high. 28 points.
You were just loving it? What did you like so much about getting fucked up early on that you just gravitated towards it like that?
Kind of like I like even with weed. I hate head weed. I can't. I don't know what it is.
You want to get slumped?
yeah, he got to smoke
Yeah.
indica.
It's like that because you have this like up personality. And I thought it's the same thing with me. Like the first time I took a Xanax, I was like, oh, this is it. This is it.
That's why I'm here.
You know, like this fixes what's wrong with me. Like I have too much energy. I take this, boom, it fucking settles me down. But you know, not to say that that's a good thing, but definitely like there's different personality types. And a lot of people are really like reserved, and then they do some coke and they fucking talk like crazy, and they love it. They fucking think this is it. This is it for me, and then they end up in
Cokeheads be
rehab.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. The ones in the hood be funny as fuck. There's one that he look like Jersey Shore. The Mustang and all. Fucking funny as shit.
Right.
Shit crazy.
Jesus. So were you were selling drugs from early on too, or?
So yeah, we started moving weed, but shit, yeah.
Right.
Doing that, a little weed and everything.
Right. When did you start actually going for it in regards to the rap?
So I used to sell weed to someone that was in the neighborhood that rapped already. He was already cold and he had a studio and shit. And I would always freestyle. That was my own shit. I always freestyle. So I was like, man, I want to do this shit. And then my other partner was like, bro, we can record in my house. Just buy it. So I remember selling my little weed. Bought this little like blue mic. It was like a $70 one that just sat on the table. Put it in a fucking shoebox. I remember we recorded on Audacity. Like, there was an old ass promo. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I remember doing it. And then when I finally got able to go like record somewhere, I was like, man, I don't want to do nothing else.
Really?
I don't know. But shit, I won a soccer championship too.
Around the same time or what?
Around the same time. I'm telling you, I'm athletic as fuck. That you can ask them. I tell this story every time. 28 points.
28
points.
points.
And you know what was worse? I scored 28 points, and they would tell the people on the fucking intercom like, hey, they would announce the points. I don't know what the fuck they announced my points that day. I remember going to the coach like, bro, I just put up 28 fucking points for y'all.
They should give y'all stats on the intercoms.
I didn't hear nothing. Oh,
That's harsh.
They
I was
know
high
what-
though. He knew I was high.
That's probably why.
I'd be falling asleep on the fucking bench. Like I was high. I was high. And then in athletics, you got to do 2 sports. You got to do 3 sports. I played soccer too.
But so they would blow the whistle and you'd be in the game all of a sudden and you would just be able to sort of snap out of it and forget about the fact that you were slumped 5 seconds ago?
Cold.
Cold.
I'm telling you.
That's a talent, bro.
I'm telling you. What? I could golf too.
Damn.
That's a sign of a champion, honestly.
Champion.
boy.
I ate Wheaties. Nah, I didn't. I don't like
I mean,
Wheaties.
when you look at rappers like Gucci or Boosie or whoever who were like ridiculously fucked up on lean for all those years, and they also were able to make all that music, staying up till 8 a.m, making fucking classic records. Whereas, like for me, if I drink a fucking deuce, I'm done. I'm sleeping for 10
shit.
fucking hours, and I'm just not even gonna be the same the next day and
Mind
shit.
control.
I don't know what it was. Especially, I don't know, as a kid, it was like you didn't abuse it. It was more like a thing like, all right, I'm gonna sip this cup. I'm gonna sip it like all kind. I'm gonna sip it all day through school, and I'm gonna have probably another one when I get home. But
You could just be out there with a soda all day, and they wouldn't be like thinking like, "Oh, that
Gatorade.
Sprite's a few shades too dark."
Gatorade, the
Oh,
the
right,
purple
Gatorade.
Gatorade, the rain one, the
You'd never
clear
know,
one.
yeah.
What all day? High.
That confuses me when I see people pouring up in a Coca-Cola too, because it's too dark. You
crazy.
can't really
Yeah,
tell.
I don't really like doing sodas and shit.
You don't? What the fuck you put in the orange juice?
Vitamin water.
You put the lean in the water?
Vitamin water.
Vitamin. Okay.
That shit good.
I've tried putting it in diet soda before, and I wasn't really fucking
I
with
put
it.
it in sweet tea before.
Really?
Lemonade's
fucking-
good. Lemonade.
Lemonade.
Lemonade's
I was a dumbass. I'm sitting drinking it with on a hot day with ice. Like, oh yeah, eating food and shit. Fucking dumbass. My heart stopped. So I kind of slowed down. My heart stopped in high school.
You drank too much lean, and your heart stopped.
I would lace blunts too. Like I would lace the inside, put the weed. I laced the outside. That bitch would bubble. Like, and then we would be lacing like cigarettes, Black and Milds, put them on the windowsill when we get home from school. Smoking that.
Wow.
Smoking weed. I don't know. It just happened one day. My heart stopped. It was at my mom's. I smoked like 4 blunts in the house, and then I was sipping all day. And she called me. She's like, "Hey, come to the kitchen." I remember jumping the fuck up, walking to the kitchen. I opened the fridge. I'm gone. I would go to them, throw a fucking alcohol on my face, my nose. Like, fuck. I was like,
You just passed out on
I
the
was
floor?
like, what the fuck happened? And then I didn't know I had asthma. So when I had to go to like the hospital, they're like, "Hey, you have asthma. You forgot to tell yourself to breathe." And so like I didn't know. Like my brain was just like it wasn't there. I guess.
Damn, asthma and lean, not a good combination. I never thought about that.
In basketball, you over there hooping like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Wow.
I was gone.
It's interesting you say that, though, that you would just sip it all day, because isn't that what people from Texas always pride themselves on, is like being able to drink lean responsibly and not just completely fucking
This is a
destroy
player drug.
yourself?
It's
Yeah,
really-
because if you
it's-
can't handle it, you're a mess. You're asleep on the floor.
It's a play drug. It's what it is. And fuck, expensive as fuck.
But really, every drug, too, is like a little bit of a test. Like, if you could do it and not be retarded off it, then that's kind of respectable, you know? Even though a lot of drugs, clearly, you'd be better off just not doing them.
I'm
But
fucking pills though.
you don't?
Nah, I don't fuck with pills.
You used to?
I used to sell them a lot. I remember telling kids at school, like, bro, I got these super bars, and I was selling them oxys
Oh, boy.
and hydrocodones, and they were fucking, I threw up in front of my mom. I'm just like, fuck,
Sorry.
and then
Better
now,
luck next time.
but nah, I stopped. I had like my little partner, man. We was together since he was like 12, and he ended up dying when we was 18 off of bars too. Like overdose. They freaked out, threw him in a park, and then they found him 3 days later. So like, it always fucked me up. I was like, man, I don't think I do this shit, cause you gotta go to the funeral and like, you see your partner like he's our color, but like. He's orange in the casket because they gotta paint him because he fucking deteriorated and shit.
Every person I've seen in the casket fucks me up because they always look so different.
Fucks you up, right?
Yeah. That shit's scary. Especially if they like got fucked up like in how they died and they have to do like a lot of construction to make them look normal.
Yeah, it fucks you up. It's weird.
Yeah. I feel like almost like that's something that they just don't need to do that. Yeah. You know, like cremate me. I don't, or even if
You
I
wanna
have
get
a funeral.
cremated?
Well, I could have a funeral, but I don't really want everybody looking at my fucking weird looking corpse.
I do. I want you to sit me up on the
That's what I
fucking chair.
said, yeah,
Sit me up on a chair.
Pickle, you get pickled.
You could
Yeah.
stuff me.
Yeah.
Put me in my house.
Everybody got to move around
What?
with me. I always said that
You're
shit.
gonna have to look at me.
Yeah.
I'm
Hope you ain't fucked up.
No, stand me up. Like put like a metal rod in me
Yeah.
and stand me up like a mannequin.
Stand me up.
That'd be wild as well.
Or like the skeleton that's on display in like science class.
Yeah, put me up there.
Strip my skin and organs away and just have my skeleton standing there.
I remember seeing that.
Put me in the 7th grade
I
science
seen
class.
somebody sitting down.
I'm gonna haunt these
I
kids.
seen sitting down.
I
before.
seen someone sitting down. It was a kid in Puerto Rico that died, and his family fucking sat him up in a chair and fucking polo down
Wow.
hard.
You been to Puerto Rico?
Nah.
No, you
I
just
got-
seen a picture of it or some shit?
Yeah, I got family out there.
Oh,
But
okay.
nah, I never been there.
So you're Puerto Rican and Mexican?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
more Mexican.
Because I grew up on the East Coast where no Mexican people, it's all Puerto Rican people.
Yeah.
Dominicans
I know.
and shit.
Like
yeah.
New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't got good Mexican food. I'm sorry.
Probably fair,
They
yeah.
don't. They got good food everywhere else. Though.
I didn't even know about avocados and shit till I moved out here.
Oh, wow.
For real.
Yeah, we weren't really fucking with them.
My favorite shit is mole. It's my favorite. Give it to me my last meal.
What is that exactly?
It's like chicken, but it got like sauce on it.
Okay.
But sometimes it could be spicy. You can make it like sweet. And
Some people make that shit with peanut butter.
yeah, that's gross. I can't eat the fucking peanut butter one.
I be making that shit like that.
For sure.
I eat that hoe. Making my last meal
So
at Claudia's.
when did you just like when you started rapping? When?
Shit, like 13.
Okay.
13.
When did you start actually making some music that people were fucking with though?
17, 16, no 16. Everyone really rap. He rap. That's my cameraman right there. That's my brother. He was rapping.
Wait, what's his name?
Ace.
Oh, that's Ace the Shooter. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I was gonna ask him about him, but I didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah, yeah. He was rapping too. So I don't know. It took some time. I remember we sat back one day and was like, man, what the fuck? What we finna do? I think we took shrooms, right? We took shrooms and like, what the finna do? And we was doing a bunch of shit. So we had bread, like we doing all our own shit. And he was like, man, I'm gonna get a camera. I was like, all right, fuck it.
So that was the plan. I'm gonna rap and you're gonna film.
That's the plan.
That's pretty sick.
It worked. Like I never paid for promo. I never done marketing. I don't really know how to work a fucking computer. Like we just dropped it. But at the same time, before that, everyone knew I kind of rap. And then even when I was selling my little weed or whatever, I'll make CDs. I'd be like, all right, here, like you can have that. And like it was like 5 songs, random shit. And I'd be like, all right, yeah, this is hard.
What were you rapping about at first? And you could start smoking now. We're past the YouTube period where they don't want you
Same
to
shit
smoke.
I'm rapping about now. Pretty much.
The streets.
The environment, the south side of San Antonio in general.
Right.
Texas in general.
Do you feel like it's on you to represent where you're from because there's not necessarily like a huge music scene coming from out of there?
I feel like, yeah, not only that, and just because I'm brown too. Like, I'm Mexican. I don't want to be known as like, all right, I'm a Mexican rapper. Like, nah, I'm not. I'm a rapper. I could rap my fucking ass off. You ain't finna tell me I'm not.
Right.
So like that's and being like I'm the only one really that ever did something on a big level. Even to like the only other person we had that ever did something on a big level was Blake.
Right.
And other than that, it's just that's it. We have a lot of hood legends, like we have like Alavola, like Kali and all them. They was really there.
Were you cool with Blake?
Yeah,
And is he still around?
cool?
Okay.
No problem. He's still around. He's still making music. He got bread. He's smart. So like, I don't even have to do that type of shit.
But he wasn't really like a street rapper, right? You don't gotta say it. I'm encouraging you to talk shit right there.
Yeah, look at him put
He's cool. Shout out to him. I met him before.
Huh? What'd you say?
Okay, what is?
You
Nah,
guys
he cool.
Big-ass
mixing the joints and the blunts. Which do you prefer?
I tried joints so back. Even when I started smoking weed when I was a kid, I was smoking blunts. Swishers was 59 cents at the store, and then the store, like that neighborhood was so rural. Everything was like, bro, you fucking they'll sell you a blunt and a beer at like 12.
Sometimes I look into the wood pack, and then there's like one dark wood, and then there's like 4 light ass ones, and I just don't even want to smoke the light ones that I feel like this pack only has 1 wood in it.
See, I don't know what's up with me then. I smoke what the fuck ever. Like I don't even be washing them. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't be giving a fuck. I used to smoke the fuck out of you. We used to have hood raps, and he would come like with like 5 blunts, but it was like a backwood back in the day. Like, man, we used to have those. I used to smoke the fuck out of those.
Right.
I like Dutches. I like Swishers a lot.
That's cool that you don't mind, because I feel like most people get into a routine and they just sort of rock like that.
I just don't like pipes. I never was like, oh, let me go get a fucking bong or some shit.
Yeah.
It was more like when you go to a party, you see like the white kids or like the rich kids, they be pulling bongs out and shit.
Yeah.
I be telling them to put soda in it just so I can see them fuck it up. Oh yeah, shit gonna taste good.
He did a dab before.
Huh?
Dab.
Just I like dabs.
You don't like them?
They make you sweat.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Like what? What the fuck I want to sweat for?
But sometimes I want to get that high.
Yeah.
And realistically,
That
even if
face
I sit
high,
here and face a whole blunt, I'm not gonna get as high as you get when you hit the
Immediately.
dab and you're
it's like
like
a different high though.
yeah. But sometimes I
Immediately.
crave it.
Like smoking that
Like
pen.
the pen's cool.
The pen, yeah.
Pen's not
Big
bad.
Chief, them Big
I've
Chief.
gone through a lot of pen phases in my life, but yeah, this Big Chief definitely. You got
Nah.
some of this. You have some of the most creative weed packaging right here. I never seen. Like, why is this weed just called toothpaste?
I don't know. It's all right. You can smell it. It's all right.
Gaseous clay. I like this one too.
This one right
It's
here.
Jesus. Jesus on a BMX bike, and it says cross faded.
Marketing.
I stand. Like, this is fucking
Genius.
lit to me right
You
here.
see that?
Yeah.
Truffle Big Chief.
This is shit you brought from Texas?
Nah, fuck
Nah,
no. I
this
just
is
got
bought
this
it-
out
I
here.
bought it down the street.
Oh, okay, nice. That's good to hear.
Damn, this Wagyu. Remember you want the
We got the
Wagyu?
Wagyu. We got the triple scoop. We got the fucking Honcho Lotto. Shout out to Big Chief. They be providing all of our kush.
They have some good packaging on their pins and
Yeah, they
shit.
got good packaging
That's
on
why
their
we get
pins.
it. We get those in Texas. Mostly we smoke Big Chief.
For sure. So,
We get good weed in Texas.
yeah? Do you
Good.
hate that people think you don't?
We get
Yeah.
good fucking weed. And this weed, like, bro, I can get like a lot of weed just for like the shit we be getting here. Like, it's crazy.
I mean, there's
got
not
good weed in
there's
Texas.
not a lot stopping me from putting 10 pounds of weed in my trunk and driving to Texas. You
Nah,
know,
for sure.
I could get pulled over for sure. You know,
Just
there's
drive the speed limit. You
yeah. I
straight.
mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's like yeah, maybe on average California might have better weed, but if you know what the fuck is going on,
we got weed.
yeah. I mean, there's some trash weed out here too.
There is.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, there is. I fucking, they show me some weed in the glass. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get it. And then I go home, I open that bitch, it's like brown. I was like, bro, I just paid $70 for this. It's brown.
Yeah.
Wow.
A big part of the problem out here too, though, is if you go to the legal weed shops, that you could definitely get some like an $80 eighth
Yeah.
or whatever. So you really need to have some street plugs out here because otherwise you are just going to be getting taxed to a level that is just ridiculous.
Crazy.
And it's not like his money's even going to the dispensary. Most of that money is going to the fucking
Taxes.
government.
Yeah, they taxes.
That's
motherfucker.
crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so when did you start to like really get popping? Like your music videos started doing well and everything like that.
What's the first video? The first video that did good was OJ, right?
Can you tell Kiki the Postmates is here? Sorry.
OJ, when we dropped out the OJ song,
Right,
it,
that
like,
one.
it picked everything up.
Really?
Crazy.
Okay. And so how did things change at that point, or how did you start thinking differently about?
Put out more and more, and then like, I don't know, my producer that be making everything, like, we really sat through, and I figured like even with the 2 videos in one shit, like I did that because of like attention spans and all that. Like you didn't know me back then, so what the fuck? I'm not gonna say that's personally my thing. Like I took everything as like marketing. Like I can really finesse all. I'm gonna treat it like you selling drugs, man. I'm gonna finesse everything. Like if I don't know you, I'm not gonna sit and listen to a 4-minute song by you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I give you 2 songs, they all right, maybe I could keep your attention, and then it build everything up. And
There's been many times that we've been on stream watching people's videos and shit, and we'll watch one video and it has that second song built into it, and we didn't even realize, and all of a sudden we're like done the second song, and we're like, oh shit, he just convinced us to listen to 2 songs.
I'm saying
It's a good technique,
it's a technique.
for sure.
It worked.
When did you
But
get your teeth done?
these I got like 2 months ago. I had windows at first. Like
Windows?
yeah, like people in Mexico got windows, like where it's like you see your tooth. You know what I mean? It's
You
like
can see it like the
it's like a
metal
square-
frame around it
It's
type
like a
thing?
frame, yeah.
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 And so now you got what? You got like jewels in the center of them?
I
and shit?
got opals, like a fire opal,
Opals.
like a Mexican fire opal. I got those, and then just diamonds.
Wow, that's pretty badass. How much you spend on that?
10.
Nice. You feel like people treat you differently with it?
I was at gold teeth. Even as a kid, I had gold teeth.
Oh, okay.
It's just a thing.
Your parents didn't think that was crazy or anything?
Nah. I'm smoking weed already.
Your parents were powerless to stop you from
Like,
smoking weed,
fuck,
though?
smoking weed. I got my first tattoo when I was like fucking like 12
Where's that?
on my finger.
Oh, okay.
No, 13, my bad, on my finger.
You got a shitload of tattoos now?
Nah, I got my hands, my face.
Right. They said you got a Lord Knows tattoo. You a big Tupac fan?
Yeah, big Tupac fan.
Really? That was your shit?
I
when
be
you were a kid?
listening to Live and Die in L.A. like every day. Be real with you.
Before the
That
show.
is a
Yeah.
fucking classic.
And then Better Days, because DJ Screw did all of them. So I was getting high listening to that shit for a long time.
Right. Well, that's interesting because a lot of, like, you know, obviously Texas has this ridiculously rich history of rap legends coming up from out of there. But sometimes when I talk to the younger rappers from Texas, I feel like they just don't give a fuck, and they're not like, they haven't like educated themselves to the history of that shit.
Yeah.
How did you think about that? Were you like going back and listening to songs from 20 years ago, or?
Shit, I listen to a lot of shit. I'm gonna be real with you. I was always like was always kind of high, so I'll be listening. I'll fuck around, put DJ Screw on, but I'm gonna fuck around, put Erykah Badu right back on. I'm gonna put fucking Sade back on, or like a Curtis Mayfield type shit, and I'll screw them. Like we would screw them. So I'm listening to this shit screwed like high. But even that, like my first CD I ever bought was Outkast, like Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, cause it had a naked bitch on it. I'm gonna be real with you. And my mom, I was like 7, and my mom was like, "Bro, I'm gonna take this away," and I was like, "Nah."
Right.
That was my first thing, but
Your mom couldn't tell you shit. She was trying to take it away, and you're just like, nah.
Nah, my pops was like, "Nah, it's hard. Like it's hard."
So when you listen to music slow down, you just literally slow it down. You don't like do anything else to it, because obviously Screw was doing all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, like chops and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I screwed like for the orange tape, I made the purple tape and it was all screwed. I just put it like I just slowed it down, because sometimes like if you really don't know how to chop music, it can give you a fucking headache. I'm not gonna lie, because you having like. You be trying to sing the song and shit, then it chops 3 or 4 times the same line. You're like, and you high, so you just like, all right, come on.
I have friends in Texas who they would just listen to the same song over and over and over, slowed down so much, and I'm just like, what? Like, it's cool, but at a certain point, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Listen to this Weezer song like 100 times slowed down.
I listened to fucking everything as a kid. I'm telling you, like. I know all the Pac stuff. I was a real big Outkast fan. I was a real big Jay-Z fan too. I think one of the best rappers to like live was AZ. Like he's still alive, but AZ was on Life's a Bitch. Like,
That's dope.
So I was like, but Wayne one of my favorite rappers.
Really? He was big inspiration?
He was big. In Texas, he was huge. Wayne. Just the South in general.
Right.
I fucked the one too.
It's interesting because in Texas, it's like you have Houston and Dallas. And then obviously Austin's a huge city, but I don't think of Austin as being like a hip hop city, even though you go there on tour and shit, and like you have a big fan base. Any rapper who's popping in Dallas or Houston is going to have a fan base in Austin.
It's like a college.
But there's not rappers coming out of there really, because is it not hood enough? There's not like dudes who are really, I don't know.
It's just different.
I don't know. Quinn from there. Quinn's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Quinn's from Austin.
It's a real college town too.
Austin
Everybody's
got live shows. Like they really show you love in Austin.
Right.
Yeah.
South by Southwest in Austin though.
Exactly. But you don't think any artists from there, right?
Nuh-uh.
Have you been to South by yet?
Yeah.
You just went as a fan back?
Nah, I remember doing it when I was like 15, 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because before the pandemic, it was fucking, we had the illest show planned for South by, and then it just got canceled. That's when I realized that COVID was real.
Me too.
I'm like, you guys are going to cancel this fucking show we put all this time and work into? And they're like, no, you don't understand. Like, nothing is happening.
The rodeo got canceled in Houston too, same time. That's when I knew it was real.
Because at first you're just seeing people cancel stuff, but you're like, nah, they're tripping. They're just being overtly cautious, et cetera, you know?
Yeah, I remember when I signed the Empire, that was like kind of towards the pandemic. Like, right?
Yeah.
Right, when we went to San Francisco, it was like dead, right? Nothing was open. Like, you couldn't do nothing. Like, it was dead.
I went to San Francisco too, like on a BMX trip, like right before, like right as the pandemic hit. And I remember a cop was kicking us out of this federal building, right? Because my homie's grinding this rail in front of this building. And the cop actually said, he's like, I got to kick you out of here, but realistically, you could do whatever the fuck you want because the shit is anarchy besides this.
Yeah.
And in my whole life, riding bikes and shit, I never heard a cop say, basically, you could do whatever you want. But this cop was just acknowledging, he's like, this, realistically, you know, like I just realized, like, holy fuck, these cops are just like us. And they're looking at this like, this might be the end of the fucking world.
Yeah, this fucked up.
Like it.
Fuck me up. Okay, so for me, I think when I first saw you, though, was when you did a song with Maxo.
Yeah, that's my partner.
When did that happen, and how did you know him?
When did that happen? Like a year ago. Yeah, we've been cool for almost going on 2 years. He had messaged me on Instagram. He's like, bro, I fuck with you. And I was like, man, I appreciate it.
That's dope. He's keeping his eye on the streets.
Yeah, and then we built like a relationship. He one of the rappers I fuck with, like as a person. Like, all right, this is my dog. His brother, Josh, I fuck with him.
You got videos with him too, right?
Yeah, I got music with him. We doing like a little tape. He's my partner. They really like my partners. It's not like I already know. Even when we did the song, it was just like I appreciate it, but it wasn't like I don't know, like a homie. It wasn't more. It wasn't like how a lot of this shit is. You know what I mean?
But do you feel like you had a kinship or like a bond from the beginning because you guys technically represent the same flag, right?
Yeah.
Huh? What,
a
orange?
lot of orange rags in the videos.
Oh, I just love the color.
Okay.
I love the color.
I'm sure he would say the same.
I love the color.
Right.
Beautiful color.
Have you had a lot of legal issues? Have you been arrested and shit?
It's for weed.
Just for weed?
It's for weed.
Damn, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Are you hot out there? Like the cops like,
When I drop walk in, they hated me.
really?
Cause I had a Uzi. The Uzi was like from Iraq. I'm rich, but yeah, they was on my ass. I remember me and my girl went to go get food, and I was coming back on a highway on 35 at a light, and one got behind me, two pulled beside me, and two pulled in front of me, and just like they all hopped out. It was like fucking bounty hunters and like sheriffs and stuff.
Wow.
And yeah, and I remember we got food at Chili's. I remember that shit. And they grabbed my food and dumped it on the floor.
That's fucked up.
Dumped it on the floor and told her, they put me in the car automatically. They told her, like, just tell me where he has everything. Like tell me where he has. And she was
To
like,
your girl?
yeah, she's like, we got food and it's on the floor. Like, so I got nothing.
I mean, that's fucked up. You're going to make the fucking Chili's employee, like they already don't have the most glamorous job. You're going to make them fucking
and
clean.
it's not that good. Like, you just do not that good food on the floor.
No, yeah.
When I was already hungry, like, I'm about to eat this and it's not that good. You throw that bitch on
Really,
the floor.
nobody should be going to Chili's that close to the Mexican border anyway, right?
I don't
There's
know.
got to be a lot of other
No.
good Mexican options.
Some
That's
good
not
food is in
Mexican
Antonio.
food, though.
Right, but it's trying to sort of symbolize it.
I don't know.
Taco Bell
I
isn't.
never ate
Nah,
Mexican food.
Chili's
This
is-
is pasta. What the fuck is it? What's the pasta? He make an order and it's live. It's live.
I don't think the Mexicans fuck with pasta, right? They don't got no like
No.
traditional Mexican pasta.
No, we have like
no?
fideo and like menudo and shit, but that's not pasta.
Right.
That's our pasta.
Wait, but you know, from our perspective, we always think as Texas is where you could just have any gun. You don't need a permit or nothing.
don't.
You're like 15 years old. You can have an AK. It's fine.
Yeah.
What were they on you for though?
What, the Uzi?
Yeah.
It's an automatic Uzi.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you can't have no
You can't have
automatic.
an automatic.
No
And it's from
switches,
Iraq. It was
nothing
like
like
from
that.
Iraq.
Oh, okay. So there's different rules for automatic weapons.
You
I
can
guess that
see
makes
it in the
sense.
video. That bitch is old.
Right.
Shit look like it went through everything.
Damn.
It's a real world.
For sure. But besides that, you stayed out of the shit for the most part?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Did you change your name at some point? Were you Southside Hoodlum at first?
No, you wanna know what the fuck happened?
What happened?
I was trying to do I don't know nothing about computers. I was trying to do like put your songs on shit. I put my Instagram name. I thought I was asking for like a username. I put Southside Hoodlum. It came out like that. I was like, fuck. I didn't want that's too long. That's just my Instagram name. But I fucked up. Like I put it in now, like I would have to delete everything and change it, and I can't do all that.
It probably would have been hard to get just at Hoodlum though.
I don't know.
Realistically, unless like Instagram just came out.
Oh no, yeah, it would have been hard. I couldn't get that. But Southside Hoodlum.
Where did you get that name anyway?
What? Southside
No,
Hoodlum?
just Hoodlum. That's a hard. I like that name though. That's a hard
No, I
name.
appreciate
It's
it.
nice and simple.
People just call you that. I remember
Yeah.
people just
Yeah,
call you that.
I got called that my whole life. That's
Yeah.
why I think it's cool.
They just call you that, and it stuck. I was like, all right, come on, let's go.
Right. No, that's a cool rap name because
Ooh, but-
I feel like you thought up a rap name right there that nobody else has used in the history of rap. I'm probably wrong. There's probably some guy from the 80s, whatever, but you know, that's pretty cool.
No, I appreciate it.
Most rap names, there's like 100 guys named that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's the whole thing. Okay, so I also saw that you get like billboards around San Antonio or whatever. Like,
Yeah, when we did when I dropped the project with Empire, we put like 2 or 3 billboards up.
okay,
It was cool. But after that, we did the mural. I think the mural is more important to me than a billboard. But
Yeah.
it's cool just being from San Antonio. Like you have a billboard, and I won't be doing that.
right. Do you feel like you get the love that you think you deserve out there at this point?
Yeah, I think from my section, I get a lot of love. I really do. But we do a lot too. Like we did a lot of like give backs, everything. Like any way I can.
Definitely. You're saying that like San Antonio was like a college town. Do you feel like you get that appreciation from the like non-hood, like white fan type people out there too?
Yeah.
Like they see what you're doing and they fuck with it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
They buy everything. All the
crazy.
merch, everything.
It's crazy just to see, especially from where it started. It's crazy to see.
Right.
Even like shit, I got like 4 shows in Norway. That's fucking crazy. Being from San
Norway?
Antonio,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm from the South Side.
I don't know if I ever talked to a rapper who had a bunch of shows in Norway.
Crazy.
You haven't been out there though yet? Have you left the country?
No, I've never been out the country.
It's just lined up.
Lined up.
Just you or who else is on the shows? What the fuck? Norway going crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
For sure. Okay, where did the making your own orange juice shit come from?
Money. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
That song, OJ. shit.
Hoodlum Orange, 100% real, fresh squeezed OJ, AK my buddy. Has a picture of an AK on it, so if the cops thought you had an AK, I guess that would sort of makes sense. 100% South Side. Got a little cartoon of you, little dog on there. 16 fluid ounces. Exit 2. Shake well.
Hey, we sold the fuck out of them. We was charging $10 too.
Really?
$30 for the jug. But that's what I'm saying. I
Cases went
get
to
I get a
this
lot of
shit.
love from the city. It means a lot
buy
too, because
everything.
it's like the first to do a lot of shit. Like fucking got a drink,
Right.
capitalize off a song. I didn't know fucking call it OJ, but I did. And was like, man, we were sitting down like, fuck, we gonna do. We capitalize off some shit. A million ways to make money. That's what this whole shit's about.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
especially when you look at rappers now, it's like they get a name for themselves, and then instead of just being like, how do I become the biggest rapper in the world, a lot of times they're thinking like, how do I how do I basically like start businesses that can capitalize on the attention that I have right now? And yes, I'm gonna keep making music and shit, but more importantly, I'm gonna be figuring out how I can sell fucking orange juice.
I don't know. I feel like it's a real like Texas thing. Southside. Hustles. Everyone hustle. We got a million hustles. Make money. Like we just got a box truck. Like I got a box truck. He got some too. This man hustle with everything. He got gyms, restaurants,
We
trucks.
sell those in the
fucking,
restaurant at first in San Antonio. I'm from Houston, but we have a location in San Antonio. We drop those there, and that's kind of crazy.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, but being from Texas, like Texas rappers are used to like not necessarily getting the nationwide attention, so that they got. But meanwhile, the Texas audience is big enough that
Yeah,
you,
that's
you
what's
could
up.
have a whole career without people
You could
necessarily.
go
Make $1
platinum
million
in the
through
city.
Texas.
Yeah, we go platinum just in
We
the
got
city.
millions of people in each section.
Right.
They buy it, the consumers. Everybody
Show
goes
love.
consumers.
But do you ever think about that? Because a lot of people will be like, yeah, I got a big fan base in Dallas, but people don't know me outside of there, and I want to get bigger so that I can go outside of there.
It's
that's
a hard
what-
place to make it too, though.
That's what be tripping me out though, because it's like, bro, we ain't putting on nothing. Like I never did a promo. I never marketed. I never was like, I never sent no on my fucking music. I never did none of that shit. We dropped it, and then it built up in Texas, but it went bigger than that, and that's what tripped everyone out. Like, all right, it went bigger than that. Like this is possible. I feel like Texas should be known nationwide. I feel like Maxo is a nationwide person. Like
A national treasure.
yeah, I feel like Devin the Dude is a national treasure. Like he up there. Scarface is one of the best rappers that ever lived.
Trey the truth.
Straight
Yeah,
shit.
tell you, them zeros.
Paul
zeros
Wall,
huge.
zero.
Yeah,
We can go all day.
come on.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
Asian doll. You hung out with her yet?
Asian,
She like them gangsters, man. I don't know.
though. He say shit.
How often you wear the do-rag? Like, what percentage of the time you rock the do-rag?
when I don't have a haircut,
Oh, really? That's where you're at?
that's where I'm at. I got a haircut recently though, but
Really? Your dreads are long as fuck, huh? You
My
just
dreads
get it
are
like trimmed
long.
up around the base? Or?
yeah, my dress is like probably right here.
Really? You've been growing them like as long as you've been rapping?
4 years.
Nice.
Years. Them all was long.
Damn. That's fire. Yeah, what do you got coming? Like what's coming down the pipe in terms of new shit that you're working on?
We need to
I got an
do this
album. I'm gonna drop that. Other than that, just more videos and more shit. I'm gonna do orange juice, do merch, all that. I never done merch, anything really like that. I remember I would go get my like bubble jackets. I'll get them sprayed, and then at one point people was like, "Man, let me buy that," and I was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna sell it, but you gonna buy it? I'll charge you $250."
Right.
And
was
shit.
buying that
And
shit.
then, yeah. It's a trip. So more ways to keep capitalizing off everything.
Right. With the Empire thing though, do you feel like that's gonna help you really get your music out to a lot more people?
Shit, what, Empire, yeah, I feel like it helped. But at the same time, like, we were still kind of running everything. We were still the machine, like so.
Yeah, what did they help you with?
It was like a project deal, so
Okay.
I did the project.
Right.
I liked it.
But so now you're doing shit totally independently, or you still?
Yeah, now I felt like we can do it all ourselves. We started a label with like a silent partner, and then was like, man, come on, let's run it. We can do it ourselves. I can do
Right.
all this shit myself.
That's dope.
That's what it is.
When you how do you think of your fan base? You think who's the average Hoodlum fan?
I don't know anybody,
Anybody. It could be anybody.
anyone, and I appreciate it too.
Do you notice the Latino kids showing you more love, like that they look at you and they see a little bit of themselves?
Yeah. It's cool, man. There's a little kid too. He like 4. He be coming to everything, shows, everything. I be picking him up, putting him on my shoulder, and I perform.
Right.
All that shit. Like they be looking at you like, damn, you doing it. Even like before this whole week before I came, like, man, everyone was telling me shit like, hey, bro, you finna everywhere I would go, they're like, hey, you finna be on that no jumper shit, right? I'm like, yeah, and they're like, man, you doing something, like.
That's lit.
And that's what's up.
I'm glad to hear that.
Nah, just because we don't really got a lot. Like to come out of San Antonio is a lot harder than to come out of a lot of places because we're not looked at.
You don't have that like base of like easy support. Yeah.
We're not looked at for that. Like it's all right.
It's honestly just what Texas needs more of is more like media. You know, obviously they do. They say cheese and they got some other different options and everything. But the more labels, more media, more like stuff,
Really,
so that
labels.
so that a person from Texas doesn't have to go to L.A. or New York to make it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the better.
I think Austin's turning into that too.
That's something I never
That's a good
wanted to
point.
do though. I didn't want to go somewhere to like make it anywhere.
Right.
I was like, man, we could do this from home. Like,
Definitely.
we really can. We got enough people.
How do you think you landed on your rap style though? Because it's very unique. You know, it's kind of like whispery, like evil, menacing voice.
High. I listen to a lot of.
I knew you were gonna say that shit.
Listen, all like old Wayne too was like a big influence. Like shit, like the Dear Summers when he rapped on that.
Right.
Shit, Hard Body, like all of those. Like Trouble, like Pray to the Lord, like all them songs like that. I kind of got a lot of shit from. Got a lot of shit from there. I took a lot of shit from like the Devin and Dudes and shit. But I still like. I feel like my beat choice is what got it too. Like the shit I was picking, like. But that comes from just being a kid. Like you started smoking weed, all this shit at a young age. So like I knew it was good music. I always was like, man, I could put this shit together.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like I could make a fucking beat too, but I just don't know how to work a computer.
You haven't actually gone for it yet?
I know how to put samples together. Like I could sample the fuck out of shit. I used to do that. Like when I didn't have beats, I would sample some shit and I would rap over the sample.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking I could learn to make beats. I'm not saying I would be good at it, but I could sit down with someone who knows how to do it and they could probably teach me, and it probably wouldn't take that long for me to be able to make like okay beats.
It's on a computer.
Yeah. I mean, I know how to put fucking
live.
footage in Final Cut and chop it up. I don't know why I can't put a bunch of noises in a row.
Just gotta have an ear.
Right.
That's all it is.
What do you want to tell me about Ace the Shooter?
It's my brother.
You let him shoot with other people, or is he confined to just Hoodlum?
Does whatever he wants. It's my dog. You wanna come talk?
You want to swap him in here? Come in here for a second. Tell me a little bit about shooting for Hoodlum.
It's my dog. We didn't know each other since like
Because
13.
everybody who talks about Hoodlum, they gotta talk about Ace the Shooter too. I know because bro, this is how I know you're lit in your section is because I was watching videos from random ass rappers I never heard talking shit about you, and they're like, I gave Ace his name. I'm like, damn, like he must be doing something if he got like
Crabs in a
fucking
bucket.
other rappers just getting salty as fuck. Tell us a little bit about what it's been like watching his career grow.
Shit, it's everything we talked about. Everything. We planned all this shit before we even put out a video. Shit. We talked about, oh, we about to do this. We gonna be big. We about to put on for the city type shit as homies. And we just manifested this shit.
What age did you guys become friends?
13.
Like 13.
Wow.
Shit, I was rapping.
Really?
Hell
He was
yeah.
printing his CDs up.
Facts.
What made you want to put your attention on filming?
Well, shit, when I was rapping, they had just cameramen in the city. Cameramen, a lot of people shooting videos. And I was like, man, I could do that. I just picked up that shit, started doing it.
Hell yeah.
And then I wasn't really passionate about that rapping. When you really want to get somewhere, you got to be passionate about that shit. Being in the studio, I was in and out that shit. But with this shit, he had the talent. I always believed in him. His flow was crazy. I'm like, boy, you could be the hardest in the city. And that's what happened.
That's dope. Yeah, I feel like with every videographer who's going to come up out of nothing, it's like there's got to be an artist that you're just tied to, that you just show the world what you can do with that artist.
Facts.
But so does that motivate you to like learn to be better as an editor, as a filmer, just knowing that his career is going up? You want to keep making the videos better and better?
Yeah, everything we just try to do bigger than what we done. We feel like we just getting started.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm 5%.
We like 5%. We trying to get to 100 ASAP.
That's
I
dope.
don't feel like I feel like I'm 5%.
Oh, yeah. That's good to hear, man. I think hopefully a lot more people find out about what you're doing right now through the interview and everything, because I see what you're doing, and there's a lot of integrity to it.
I appreciate it a lot.
For sure. Anything else we should know about?
What you want to know?
I don't know, man. You got a girlfriend?
Yeah,
That's good.
I got a daughter.
A daughter? How old?
She going on 6 months.
6 months. Holy shit. Mine's 15 months, so
Real.
same ballpark.
Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
Amazing.
Amazing, right?
I don't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Should have
right?
been having a kid at 16. I should have a whole fleet of them by now.
It's crazy. It's a trip.
Yeah, it's bugged out. Really make you, do you feel it makes you work harder though? Just knowing like, shit, I really got something I got to earn money for
Yeah.
now.
For real. For real. I look at it as like, even my partner over there, we look at it as shit. I'm trying to get money for her grandkids.
Right.
I know she could be good, cause we good, but I want her kids to be good, and I have more kids. I want their kids to be good, type shit.
How long you been fucking with JB?
Since around the same age, we all from the same side.
Oh, really? I didn't know you knew him that well.
Yeah.
Because
Come
he
on,
pulled
brother.
up on me when I had a show one time in
Yeah.
Dallas or some shit and was doing security for me.
Yeah, he told me.
That's a good guy right there.
No,
Damn.
shit,
San Antonio ties, man.
I know, right? Yeah, he told me. He showed me. I think he commented on this shit. We could have been. What would you say?
He said we could have been done this.
I don't even know why it happened. Didn't Laura hit you up, right?
Yes.
See? She got her ear to the streets.
I appreciate it a lot, bro.
She's in the trenches. For sure. All right. I appreciate you guys for pulling up, and best of luck with everything. And everybody out there, go run the Spotify up, go run the Apple Music up, go run the YouTube up, etc.
Appreciate it, for real.
Let's go. Hoodlum. Ace the Shooter in the building. No Jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Like, comment, and subscribe. We on all the platforms. I'm not even going to name them. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Appreciate y'all.